What's up, everyone? I'm Damien,
And I'm Nick.
and this is the Aki Culture Club.
What's going on, boys and girls and everybody in between? Welcome back to episode 54 of the Aki Culture Club. And boy, there's some things we need to talk about today, Damien.
There's a lot of stuff we have to talk about today. We have some new shows. We have some ones that are coming to a close and we're seeing the climax, and some that are just kind of keep on going on. You know what I'm saying?
Keep on keeping on. Somewhere I'm like completely lost. 86. Somewhere I was just like I was so excited to watch. It's a good one. We got a good one today.
I agree. Where do we want to start, Nick?
I mean, I kind of want to start with 86.
Okay, we can do that.
Yeah, just like, are you completely lost? Is it me?
No, I think I have somewhat of a grasp on what's happening. Not really, a little bit. No, I have no idea either. No, seriously though. So they were sent to fight the Morpho, right?
Yep, big
Which is
cannon.
the big, yeah, and obviously it's an AI bot, right?
Right.
They went to fight it, and they got dropped off, and they were fighting it, and then Shin was like wanting to push this dude, and this AI bot wanted to push him, like they wanted to fight.
Mhm.
I think Shin realized who was the AI, who was the head inside of the Legion Morpho, and he pulled back. And that is Frederica's knight was the one that's inside of it.
Somebody like shot a missile at him from behind, like right in front of him to make him stop. I think what
Shin?
Yeah, that's like someone shot a shell at him, and it hit right in front of him, like a warning shell, and got him to stop. I think why I am so confused is I can't keep up with the characters. I can't keep up with all the characters. I maybe, but I'm also confused because like we saw, is it Kiri?
Yeah, Kiri. Yeah.
We saw like his face in the Legion Morpho's canon. Like this is the first time we saw. They've just been autonomous bots this whole time.
Yeah.
But now like we saw his face, and like he's talking to like his commander or whatever.
Yeah.
Like they're having conversation, like they're people, but they're bots.
That's what I wrote that down too, actually. I was like, okay, now they're actually having conversations with each other. I thought they were more like kind of like ants almost.
Me
like
too.
They all have a job, and they like perform that, like it's kind of like encoded in them to complete that job. But I guess we're finding out now, which is weird because there's only 4 episodes left, that they can communicate with each other.
Yes. Like I always thought it was like a hive mind. And also like,
yeah,
like Frederica, like she has like powers, which we kind of knew before, but like she talked to Shin. It was like, that's not Kiri when like they were going to go after the original like decoy Morphos cannon. And that's how he knew to like pull back, because there was a real cannon. So like, and it like this whole time, the Legion have just been like this swarm, but like they had battle tactics there. Like they were going to lure them in to a fake cannon and blow them up with the real cannon. Doesn't it seem like out of nowhere to you, or is it just me?
No, it seems completely out of the blue. Like it's almost like it's off the rails at this point, and it's very chaotic. I don't know if that's on purpose, but yeah, I am in kind of in the same boat as you. I'm like pretty lost as to like what's actually happening and why things are happening the way they are.
It's still great. Like I'm still invested in these characters. I want to know like what happens. It's just like the universe itself is confusing.
Yeah, it is confusing. It's kind of weirdly, it's just difficult to parse through. Like so many things are happening, and you're right. We're seeing new characters and new developments. It's funny because some shows we watch, things will happen, and then the characters will explain literally what's happening as an exposition, and you're like, oh, thanks for telling us that. Like it wasn't super obvious. And then on the other side of the spectrum, we have 86, where things are happening and nothing is explained to you. And it's like, okay, maybe just like a teeny tiny bit of exposition would just be good for us knuckle draggers over here who have no idea what we're doing or watching. That would be very good.
Dude, maybe it's our fault for skipping the bonus episodes.
Oh no. I think it is our
maybe,
fault for skipping the
maybe,
bonus episode.
yeah, maybe that's where everything gets explained, and we wouldn't be so confused. I don't know. It's just a lot. And like, where is Lena? It's been like 10 episodes, man.
She ain't coming.
She dead.
She dead, bro. I'm almost positive that she died in that one opening scene. Was it like episode 6?
Mhm.
The Legion was attacking San Magnolia and they were there and the bots were like crawling up to her and she was with her, the girl that the scientist chick and whatever, and then they attacked her and then it went to black and went back to Shin.
Yeah. It's just crazy to have like the main characters have switched throughout this show. Like it used to be Lena and now it's Shin. And it's wild. I don't know. I
I
just
thought I thought Lena would be a bigger character in this show. Like they advertise it as if she is a main character in this season.
it, yeah, like that's why I'm not like I can't accept that she's just dead.
Yeah, we didn't get like the proper like anime send off for her.
Right. And like that's such a that whole story just ended like that.
Yeah,
It can't be.
without actually a proper. I know it's weird. I think what's going to end up happening is that we have the basis of the story. They need to attack the Morpho. The Morpho is obviously Frederica's knight. They need to defeat it somehow. I think what's going to end up happening is that they're going to go again for it. This is like the classic shonen. I know this isn't a shonen, but I know this is the classic shonen attempt where the main character will go and try to attack the villain. The villain is way too strong. They have to take a step back, figure out how they're going to fight the main villain, and then go for it, and then have like this triumphant defeat.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and what I think is going to happen is they're going to go for it again. They're going to get beat up, and then Lena's crew is going to show up, and they're going to work together, and they're going to defeat this Morpho.
It's like it has to be that way. Like there's no way Sam Magnolia is just sitting on their heels this whole time. It's
Mm-hmm.
like they have to know about the canon too.
They have to.
Everyone knows. So
Or
yeah.
what could happen is we saw that he gave Frederica the gun. It was like, if we all die, use this on yourself. And the way that this show has gone, because nothing ever good has happened to these 86, nothing had, like, they just have lived their entire lives, and this entire show has been nothing but destitute for them. They all die. And we see Frederica on episode 12 enter life, and then that's the end of the show.
Could you imagine? I
That's
could
it.
imagine. I could. But like Shin is gonna go out in like a blaze of glory. Like
He will.
if he dies, he's gonna do it saving everyone else.
Yeah, saving everyone else or destroying the Morpho after the Morpho has killed every single one of his crew members in front of him, because they also made that into a big deal too when Frederica said, like, I know you carry them all with you.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. It's very weirdly getting set up as like everyone's gonna die. Shin is gonna save the day, like, and destroy the Morpho. Frederica needs to off herself because the Legion is closing in on her because there's still a bunch of little bot ants that are after her.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's it.
It's like you said, nothing good happens in the show. Do we know if this
Nope.
is the last season?
No idea. I don't know how
It
long the light novel goes on for, actually.
it can't be. Like it's the story's nowhere near wrapped up.
You don't think?
No, no, it's not. Because
Huh.
like we're still in this Morpho arc. I mean, it could be wrapped up if they all die, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, well, now you're putting this into my head that this is like just an arc and not the story, not like the overarching story, you know?
I mean, it feels like it is because like the whole story was about the 86 fitting into the the Federation, and then like that just ended when they were like, oh shit, they have a big cannon. You know, now it's this.
Yeah. Damn.
I'm just confused, Damien. That's what I am.
Okay. Well, I will say this now. It is ongoing still.
Okay.
That's all I know.
Just look at the cover of the next book. Like Lena's gonna be on it.
Just tell me what the cover says, Damien. Tell me what the cover says. I don't know. Should I look it up? 86 light
No, no, no,
novel
no, no, no,
covers. Why
no,
not?
no,
Just look it
no,
up. Just look it
no.
up. Oh, there's a lot. Oh shit. Look at all these people. Who are you people? Who are you people?
Spoil it.
Okay. I'm not spoiling shit. Does 86 light novel have pictures? I don't know. That would be called a manga. Um, I don't even know if I want to click on the fandom website. Ooh, there's 9. Is there more than 9? 1, 2, 10, 11. There's 11.
Yeah, it definitely has to keep going because like the whole story of like Sam Magnolia sucks and they're racist and needs to be like that needs to change. That that hasn't been resolved yet.
Yeah, there's way too much things. You know what? You're totally right. There are way too many things that still need to be resolved that can't be resolved in a few episodes. So I'm sticking back to my second assumption. They will attack. Not anyone's going to die. It's just going to be Shin. He's going to go off on his own. And then he's going to be saved by Lena and her crew. And then they're going to fight together to take care of them.
I would like that. I
I'm
would like
calling
to
it.
see that happen.
That's what's happening. I'm telling you right now.
God, I'm stamp it.
Boom.
Stamp it, everyone.
And then
We
what
got
happens after that, though? Like, where do we go? How is there more story? How's there 11 light volumes, light novels?
there's so much story. Like I was just like one potential is like these kingdoms haven't been fighting each other because the Legion. Like there's a common enemy. But like if the Legion gets wiped out, there's no more common enemy. But kingdoms can't survive and not fight each other.
Mm,
So that's a whole thing that could
mm.
happen.
I could see that happening. Just everyone now needs to fight each other and figure their own issues out amongst each other now.
Yeah, like when aliens invade, we have a common enemy, so we all unite. But like once the aliens leave, we're back to being pieces of shit. So
This is actually very true, Nick. You are correct. So we'll see that happen in a future episode. Okay, so this is the Morpho arc. Calling it.
I think it is. I think we have a lot more 86 to go. I just want to see the 86 and Lena like meet face to face. That's all I want out of the show right now.
Well, that just satisfy. I think it's going to happen at the end of the last episode. And that's going to be it.
I hope so. But why would Lena be on the battlefield? She's not a fighter. She's a commander. Dude, she's like risen up too. She's like high up there now. Kind of, not really.
No, yeah, she's still getting talked down to by that one dude.
She's proven herself.
Yes, she's proven herself to be an effective commander of a unit. But other than that, I really don't know. Yeah, okay. 86. We'll find out. There was 2 weeks of delays because of production issues. So I think everything looked good. Everything sounded good. There was no jankiness.
Did you notice like the subtitles were a little off? Just grammar. I noticed it because I'm a douche. I just noticed that.
Like, no, I can barely read, Nick. I can't read.
Well, I can't read.
I can't read. No, I didn't notice at all. I don't have it like that. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Yeah, that's 86. I hope we don't get another like exposition episode. I just want to know what happens.
Oh, like next week we are so far not capped up that you will now have to wait another 2 weeks for us to get out episode. And you're like, oh my God, we're going to be like 3 episodes into Attack on Titan. And we're going to be like, oh, Attack on Titan. And we're like, what happened to 86? Oh, no one knows. We don't care anymore.
We don't care
anymore. Final season of Attack on Titan.
Dude, when is that?
January 10th.
Oh man, we should have a special episode just talking about that. So excited.
Special Attack on Titan themed episode. I'll do some Attack on Titan themed little
graphics.
Yes, thank you. Couldn't think of the word.
Gotcha.
Overlay graphics. Yeah. Attack on Titan. Would be cool. Would be rad. Maybe I'll pay someone to do it. Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. That would be rad. Okay. Anyway, it's all right. What do you want to go to next?
What do I want to go to next? So maybe it's a bad strategy to go like save the best for last because like we want people to watch this and they want to know about the best. But
It's
like
true.
I can't talk about Demon Slayer and then talk about like Platinum End afterwards. So I think we should go from the bottom to the top.
Yeah, I mean, I think like so far we've had a really really great strategy, and that strategy I think has been the take it up and then we go down and then we go all the way back up again. So like we started with 86, right, and then we're gonna go all the way down, right, and then
Yeah.
it's like the first hump of the roller coaster. We got up, we saw it was exciting, boom, now we're at the bottom. Okay, now we're gonna go for the least exciting, or not the most least, not the worst, obviously, because we like it, but the least exciting one, and then we click, 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 click back up until we're a Demon Slayer at the end, you know?
All right.
And
I think that's good.
people can skip, you know, we have the timestamps, so if they really want to know.
If they really want to. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Let's get into Platinum. Platinum
So
End.
so Platinum End was the worst of this week, boys.
My first note is like, dude, I just don't get excited when it's time to watch the show. Is
Oh,
that
Nevins.
is that just me?
Uh here's where I think that this show like ultimately fails. It seems like a lot goes on, but nothing happens.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Like we have these new characters, we have like developments from Mr. Mercado, from Polyman. This new character that we just got was like on the scary charts, like absolutely horrific, right? And
Yeah.
then it's just like all these things are happening, and like what was the episode about? The introduction of this new character, which was crazy, and I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. And what did they do? It's like they built this character off and then they just dumped him off the side of the road. They were like, yeah, you're gonna serve Mr. Polyman now. And it was like, and he just became the weirdest, like just like this secondary, like run of the mill character. It's like, dude, this dude has a lot of hate in his heart. Like, why is he serving Mr. Polyman right now?
Mm-hmm.
Like, he sucks. Like, I don't know. Like, it would have been so much cooler if he was like a third party in this, and then it was like him, Metropolitan, and our main characters.
He's got like the tragic story to do it. You know, usually the villain has some sort of story like that. His was he was really ugly. That's his whole
Ugly and
story.
poor. Ugly and poor. He was so ugly. He was ferociously ugly.
It was like
Uh,
hard to watch,
it
ugly.
was hard to watch. Yeah, when he was kissing that girl, I kind of got cringed out on that one a little bit.
Dude, when he was kissing her and then like he looked in the mirror and you saw him and like his lips were as big as her face. I thought he was gonna like bite her face.
He thought he was gonna unhinge his jaw, just like right on top of her. Dude, oh my, he was scary, especially when he was
Yeah,
and then he just like wiped his face away and he was like normal. I was like, bro, that he's one creepy dude, man.
yeah.
Um,
He was like the beginning intro of him made him seem way cooler than he was towards the end, though.
yeah, absolutely. That's what I'm saying. Like, it was so cool, and he had such a good like character development that they used it, and then they just like made him a sidekick.
Mm-hmm.
It was like so weird. Like, I don't know, what's that good? Yeah, I don't know. This show's kind of just like, all right, what are we doing here? Like, okay, now they have like super cool high tech gear, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's that's like where I know there needs to be like a suspension of disbelief. Like, okay, obviously, like we live in a world in Platinum End that like humans can create gear that's super. I mean, makes you superhuman. Obviously, Metropolitan has gear like that, so it's only natural that they can also create it as well.
Mm-hmm.
But just making Soccer a cat and like playing off it as like, oh no, the ears are actually like goggles, and the
Mm-hmm.
tail is a battery, and it's like,
It's a weird place to put like the thing
battery.
that powers your whole suit. Now you just cut that off and it's
Yeah, cut it off, it falls off, it gets clamped into something, like, you know, under a car or whatever. Any numerous amount of things could have happened. That's just poor design at
yeah.
that point.
I will say I liked how he like defended it and said it's all practical because usually the girl will just get a suit like that just because she's a girl.
Yeah,
So that was kind of nice.
truly.
He's my favorite character, I think,
Oh
Hokkaido,
yeah.
and it's sad because he's gonna die soon.
Oh, he's so dead in the next episode, or either episode 10 or 11. He's definitely gone. Like that's the end of the arc for him. And I think that's how she's gonna get her wings,
Hmm.
and that's gonna be like the end for him. He's like sacrifice himself. It's either gonna be a sacrifice to kill this character that we just got introduced to, or it's gonna be something to like Red Arrow, Metropolitan, but something's gonna happen where either the sidekick will save Metropolitan or something. I don't know.
Dude, he
Uh,
actually gets the red arrow off, and then he dies, and then the red arrow like goes away because he's dead.
yeah.
No one can command him. Yeah, I could see that happening. It's if it weren't for him and Metropolitan, like this show would just not be good.
Oh, I'm gonna be terrible. The main character, Mariah sucks as a
Yeah.
main character. Sucks. Like it's cool and there's like development. Like I don't want to bring Deku into this, but like
Mhm.
Deku is like pitifully weak, and we've seen him grow into like a great, like a strong character. But the core of his personality has always been great. Same thing with Tanjiro. Like very weak, very meek, did not want to fight, but ends up having to fight and becomes very strong.
Mhm.
I just don't get it. Like Mirai's just not there. And like he's not like, if you think about the two characters I just mentioned, like they had like development arcs that made them have the confidence to want to fight.
Yeah.
And Mirai just doesn't have that.
Are we like is it our fault for looking at this like a shonen because it's not a shonen? Like our main characters in shonens always go through that hero's journey thing. Here it's like dude's trying to do something different. But like we always compare it to Death Note because it's the same writer. But the main character was super strong in Death Note. I don't know. He sucks. That's what it is.
I know, but Light had more to him though.
It's so much more to him.
Like Light had,
He had ambition.
he had ambition. He had like, he was cunning. Like Mirai just doesn't have anything. And like it's hard because they were all people that were going to commit suicide, right?
Mm,
So it's like, of course they need to like, I don't know, their personalities just like aren't, like someone like Light was not going to be in the same position that Mirai is in, you
right.
know. So we have to kind of give Mirai, I guess, a little bit more leniency in who he is as a character, and like let him develop more and maybe more realistic. Because on the flip side, if he was suicidal and depressed, and in 3 episodes turned it around and was like, I'm no longer depressed and I am going to fight for what's right, we'd be like, okay, that's like horrific. Like, it's like terribly unrealistic and like kind of kitschy and like not like kind of stupid. So I guess I'm happier that he's staying on, like he's still who he was in the beginning, and it's taking time for him to change than an immediate change.
Maybe it's just the speed that it's happening is why we get
Yeah.
we're frustrated because it's just slow.
Yeah. I think you're completely right.
Yeah.
Um,
Um,
one thing I wanted to mention, I don't know if you caught on to this at all in this episode, but I don't even know this dude's name, the sidekick man.
hmm,
Um, his angel, like was like, for lack of a better term, hot,
mhm,
and he was kind of just like really ugly. And it
mhm.
got me thinking, like, is everyone's angel the polar opposite of the person that they are overseeing?
Hmm.
And
Well,
they're kind of filling the gap for them almost. I don't know.
could be like Nase is bubbly. Like I don't know what she's the angel of.
I think she's
She
like naivety.
yeah, and she's yeah. That's what she is. And Mirai is emo boy. Revel or Neville Rebel whatever is Saki's angel, and he was what was he? He's now trying to become the angel of wisdom.
Yeah, he wants to become the angel of wisdom. He is. See, the thing is, excuse me, I don't want to look it up because I know that like the last thing I need is like Nas dies or Revel dies or something stupid like that to pop up.
Mhm.
but Barrett is the angel of knowledge,
And
and
that's
that's
Mikaido's.
Mercado. Yeah.
But like he's not dumb.
Yeah, he's not dumb. He's not. He's like pretty resourceful too to be able to like create all of the clothing that they wear.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Metropoliman's is like
Is
I
it
don't know
great?
what something like that. It's just like a scary person.
Yeah, it's like a negative trait almost.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Hmm. Just something to look out for. I wouldn't say we got to know today, but or figure it out today. But that is just something to look forward to.
Good point. Good point. And we will give us something to look forward to in this show.
Please give us something. We need something. Okay, let's move on from this.
Let's move on. Dingle, I'm gonna turn my lights down real quick.
Turn your lights down.
Yeah, dude, I'm starting to get all faded out.
Oh, as the time moves, yes.
Yeah. Yes,
Yes.
it's daytime when I start this and it's nighttime when we end. So I get like my face gets blurred out or gets
Yes.
whited out.
It gets weighed out. You end up looking like a ghost by the end of it, or at least you did last week.
Yeah. We look better now?
He looks great.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry for the interruption.
Oh, you're fine.
Where do we go from here?
Let's go to Blue Period.
Blue period. It's exam day, Damien.
It's exam day, the first of what we've gone through 7 episodes of this just to make it to the first exam, Nick.
Yeah, dude. I think we saw him for the first time praise himself.
Yes.
Like
I think
the
you're
first
right.
time in this whole show.
Mm-hmm.
He was just like, good work, me, before he went to bed because he was actually happy with what he did,
Yeah.
which is cool.
That's a great development. This show does an amazing job. I know we're just coming off of Platinum Men that can't develop a character to save their life, but Blue Period, on the other hand, does a really great job at slowly developing the character over each episode,
Mm-hmm.
and this one was no exception. Him congratulating himself in that really small manner is the first step to actually like being more self-compassionate towards yourself and congratulating yourself more automatically. He took an intentional break to congratulate himself. That's something that he's never done before.
Yeah, I like this episode a lot.
Me too.
I liked I thought his drawing was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Things like kind of just seem to like click or happen by coincidence for him a lot,
Yeah.
which I don't know how I feel about it, if I like it or if I don't like it, but like the mirror breaking, like
Yeah.
he would have failed if the mirror didn't break. Don't you
Yeah.
think?
Oh, I completely agree. Like, I think that he would have thought too much about it, not did it in enough time, turned in an incomplete piece of work, and not have passed. Like, and I don't even think even if he did go down that route and just did a self portrait, I don't think he would have passed because only 3 people passed in his whole class.
That's wild. Yeah,
Like,
when he was doing like he was sketching and he had one where he like just drew a line down the middle and he was going to do 2 different faces. I was like, come on, man! Like we've seen that so many times. Don't do that.
we've seen the duality thing. Like, we know the duality. It was cool that he built upon the duality of himself through not just looking from side to side, but looking face on into the piece. Yeah, I thought it was really, really awesome. But I think you're right. I don't think he would have passed otherwise.
Yeah. Then you're right. We saw there was more character development, and then he went back to his old ways a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote down 2 quotes that I really liked. So they had that like their break day, which I thought was nice, which ended up turning into work anyway, but it was like kind of different.
Yeah.
But the quote was, "I've been holding my breath to focus all this time, but if I keep holding my breath, I'll suffocate."
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, that's cool. Like he's self-aware and is actually like he hasn't taken a break since he started art.
Yeah.
Thought that was cool. And the second one was where where he went back down to his old ways towards the end. He was like so upset that everyone like chose the same piece from the museum. And he's like he thought everyone was going to have different views, and then they all had like the same view. And he's like, I'm just a man of mediocrity, just all because he thought people would have different views. And it was wrong. I was like,
Yeah.
being hard on yourself again, man. Stop.
I know he really is being hard on himself, calling himself that he's mediocre because he doesn't have this different or eccentric perspective. And his teacher, I think, did a really good job of telling him at the right time, like, you don't need to be eccentric or imitate your classmates. You
Mhm.
just have to do what comes natural to who you are. And that's why. And she showed that with the two pieces that she chose. Like, the one girl was drawn to people and the other girl was drawn to the lighting, right? They
Mhm.
weren't trying to imitate or be eccentric. They were just doing what comes naturally to them. So like maybe like each student in that room also has something that comes naturally to them as well. And I think if they all followed what came naturally to them, they would all have completely different pieces, including Yaguchi.
Yeah. Yeah. Where was there a part at the end where you were like, what if he doesn't walk through that door?
Oh my god, absolutely! I thought it was going to be the black hair kid. I didn't think it was going to be Yaguchi for a second.
Wait, which black haired kid? Like emo boy?
Yeah, emo boy.
He's not in the prep school.
Oh, he's not in the prep
Yeah.
school.
So
Okay.
I think he still probably made it,
Okay.
but he
Okay.
just did it on his own. But yeah, I was like, what a twist that would be if he didn't actually make it to the second round.
Yeah, that would have been. I could totally have seen that happening and him going through the struggle of trying to figure out what to do instead of go to TUA, you know?
Mhm.
Like, how will he become an artist if he can't go to that school, you know? And he wasn't able to get through the first round. I did have that thought when she came, when the first girl came through the door and the teacher, I was like, okay, that makes sense. She's like number one. She has been. She probably, that's no surprise. But when she asked like who else got it, and she said just two other students, I was like, oh shit, I don't think
Yeah.
he made it.
Yeah.
And maybe like it's weird because is it because the Yaguchi doesn't believe in himself and talks down on himself that we don't believe him either?
But that's pretty good. Yeah, it could be. I don't know.
Like, if he was a very confident character that was really not like cocky, but like really knew who he was as a person and felt like he did his best and did better than everybody else, I don't think you and I would ever have doubted that he was going to walk through that door.
If he said believe it, he would have been through
Oh,
that door
Davide.
first.
Oh, yeah. Davide. Believe it.
Ugh,
I would have been all over it, you know?
yeah. Yeah. It's just still grows on me every week.
It does. I know it's good, isn't it?
Mhm.
What was the other one thing I wanted to say? No, I think that was it. Yeah. Yeah, that was
It's
it.
fine. That's fine. Next week's going to be a good one because they're getting to the second round. I'm assuming it's going to happen next week. And we haven't really seen it. Like, it's all been drawing. He hasn't really done oil paint. He admitted that. Um,
Oh, yeah.
so I'm kind of excited to see how he gets through that debacle. Maybe it's an advantage because he won't be like so worried about the technique and the composition of it. And he'll just kind of play with the paint.
Exactly. And I think that's, you just said it, like he'll playing and doing it from when he was at the beginning, when he did the first blue piece that he did that made him fall in love with painting. He knew nothing about painting. He knew nothing about art. He knew nothing about any type of techniques, and it still turned out amazing. And I'm hoping that that kind of translates its way back into his pieces, starting with the oil painting. And he kind of like takes what he's learned from his teachers about looking at things through his own perspective and making sure that it's fun and enjoying, and using the techniques that he's learned and kind of like compounds them all together and creates something that's amazing.
I hope, dude, we're Team Gucci, man.
We are.
Rooting
We're
for him
rooting
all the
for him. We're
way.
like, hoo, 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 hoo. We just want him
Oh,
to do his best, you know?
we do. We do. He's a good guy. Hard on himself, but he's a good guy.
Absolutely.
So we're saving Demon
Yeah,
Slayer for last.
yeah. I mean, let's like Demon Slayer for last.
Now,
Come on
now,
now.
do you take? Would you rank this episode of The Assassin higher than Blue Period, or did it just happen that way?
I think it just happened.
Okay.
I think Platinum End ended all my notes, and then Blue Period was next, so I kind of just rolled right into it.
Yeah. So mine too. That was. What's your watch order, Damien?
My watch order is Demon Slayers first,
Mhm.
and then I jump into Platinum End, and then this week it was World's Assassin, Platinum End, Blue Period 86.
Okay. Yeah, I always go Demon Slayer, then Assassin, and then I kind of figure out the rest.
Okay.
Yeah, I as weird as the show is, like I'm enjoying it a lot.
Me too. It is a weird ass show. I'm not gonna lie. There's some weird shit that happens. Like today, they were talking about his wet dreams again, and his mother was asking him about it. That's weird, bro. Like
She,
I thought they were not going to talk about that anymore, but apparently that's not what happened.
yeah, like she was disappointed when like she wasn't allowed to see it. And she was like, "This means you
All
are
right,
becoming a
man,
man, and I
an
want to
adult.
see." And I'm just like, "This is so weird."
It's like, why do you want to see that? What could you possibly see? You know,
Yeah,
like what is it that you could observe? I don't want to get into it. It's weird. It's
it's
so
it's
like
weird. There's
why
just a lot of weird sexual tension this episode.
there it yeah, that's a good way of putting it. There's a lot of weird sexual tension that's happening. It's like his mother is like kind of like is a weirdo.
Us.
Like Tart obviously wants to like be with him, and then like we find out that Maha also is like making her pitch to be his wife eventually. um and then of course he loves Dia or wants to marry Dia. Who knows if that'll actually happen? I think this is going to turn into a harem where he marries all three of them,
Yeah,
and that's how that rolls.
yeah. It's like that conversation with Maha when she's like, "You should just use Tart." Like use Tart because like you used to go to brothels and like this man used to go to brothels. You like 13?
I wrote that down in my notes. I said he went where in all capital in all caps. He went where to blow off steam. He went to bro. This man's is granted he is an adult, like in because he's reincarnated from being an
Mhm.
adult. Damn, bro. They're like, what the fuck? Why are we doing that?
Yeah,
We're so casual too.
it's just like this show would be better if it wasn't a harem, but I guess it makes it entertaining.
Yeah.
I guess it's just weird. It's just weird every time.
Yeah, it
It's
would
just
be I like it because like they are all into him and he's like absolutely not get away from me. And I
mm,
think that's like better than it just being like, oh, this is a harem. This is super cool. Like I'm an adult man. I'm gonna like feed into this.
yeah,
There's like they think I'm 14 and they're 14. It's like he's like, no, this is not fucking happening.
yeah, and like even Maha, she was like, "It seems like you force yourself not to consider romantic feelings for us." And I was like, "Yeah, because he's 60 years old."
Because he's 60, bro. Of course he's like not interested in you. Oh my god.
But a lot more did happen other than the weird sexual stuff.
Yes, we obviously have to get through it because that was the first thing that happened in the episode.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why they were talking about it was because he is going on his first mission to assassinate somebody.
Yes. Did you write down his name? The Count du Day something.
No,
It's not important. It's the
no,
Count.
the count, the
Yeah.
nobleman.
A nobleman from the town of Pissier or the land of Pissier.
I just know
Um,
the name of the drug is Visine. That's all I know.
yeah, yeah. Dude, when Tart and him first like rolled up to uh Pissier or however it's called, the town, and they were like
Sierra.
Pissier, they were standing over it, and it
Mm.
was just like their backs, and I was like, this looks exactly like Sword Art, like
Mm.
because like he looks like the character from Sword Art from
Kirito.
behind with the
Kirito.
yeah, with his back, like his black coat and his black
Oh
hair. I
yeah.
was like, damn, that gives me some Sword Art vibes.
Oh yeah, it
And
does.
there's this in the Kai. So
Mm.
um but
Fun
yeah,
fact: all
so
isekais are the same.
I mean kinda. Kinda.
Yeah.
So the Count has been getting drugs.
Yep.
Um and his whole thing was like, we're gonna go there first because I want to decide if he deserves to die.
Yes.
And they had that whole thing with the girl's mom, which was like heartbreaking. Good.
The girl's mom.
Yeah. So when they first got there, like with the jam, and they like taste this jam.
Oh, the jam. I'm thinking the wife of the count. I'm like, I don't remember them having a child. Yes, the girl with the gooseberry jam.
Hmm.
They were like, and they kind of like knew that this was a drug and wasn't like this nice little girl trying to sell like little 5 ounce jars of jam to random people.
Hmm.
Now you're giving people free drugs to get them hooked on the Visine.
Yep. Yep. So the dupe brings it in and sells it, and like they're profiting. Like
Hmm.
they shouldn't be rich, but they're rich, and they go in and they find that out, and they see like the mom all wigged out on it, and he does some ancient Egyptian push on the back thing. It's like her body doesn't need it anymore, but the psychological part is not over yet. And he's like, yeah, this is pretty bad. He deserves to die.
Yeah. Yeah, they got the first hand. It was interesting because the way that the show portrayed the mother on drugs versus the count and who he was as a person, it was almost like the count himself was far removed from the effects of his business dealings.
Yeah.
Like if you didn't know that he was like shipping drugs throughout the entirety of his like in neighboring kingdoms, like you wouldn't know that he was a bad guy.
Right.
You'd be none the wiser. Like his wife loves him. He does anything he can for her.
Mm.
Like people obviously like him. They came to his party. Like he has a bunch of people who admire him. Um, no, you would have no idea that he's a drug lord just killing the lives of people unsuspectingly uh, every day.
Yep. Weird jealousy though. He kept like 3 times he referred to Lou. He's like, yeah, as long as she's into your lotion and not you. And I was like, it's weird. He's like 14.
Yeah, no, it was he did mention it like way too many times to be like not a joke and kind of like, dude, are you like really thinking that I want to like bang your wife or something just because like I brought her lotion? Like, what is your wife doing otherwise that, or what are you thinking that she's doing otherwise that makes you
Mhm.
like so weirdly protective, overly protective?
Yeah. And he kills him with a sniper rifle.
Yes, sir. He gives him the bang bang. It's funny that Yalu has totally gone back to his old, not old ways, but like his dad is an assassin of like an assassin. Like
Mhm.
Ninja Man gets in there, does the quiet kill, and then bounces. But
Mhm.
Lou is just like, I'm just gonna like magic up a sniper rifle and just like sniper him from like 500 yards.
Yeah, he's like this. He's got mana, so it's gonna be tougher to kill. But like gun's way tougher than mana, and I have a gun and
Yeah.
just 500-yard headshot.
For a second there, when he was like, "Yeah, he has mana, and this might be difficult," I wrote down, I was like, "He gonna block it. Like he's gonna shoot him. He's gonna like grab the bullet, or he's gonna like dodge it, or he's gonna block it somehow, and then he just gets blown right in the head, and he just falls over." And I was like, "Oop, never mind, that ain't happening."
And then like the last thing, like we see that he was affected by the wife coming over and grieving. He's
Yep.
like, I've never been affected by it before
Yeah.
because I've just been a tool, but now he's a human. And then Tart comforts him, and he reciprocates for the
Mm.
first time, like touches her hand. And I'm just like, what's this gonna cause? What kind of problems is this gonna cause?
Oh, it's gonna get muddy really quickly, Nick.
Mhm.
You are very astute in your observation because I actually did not even think twice about that. I was just thinking that he was just, being himself. But you're right. That is something that A, he does not do, and B, is going to cause a lot of issues.
Mhm.
Both him accepting her comfort and him being upset from killing the count and watching the wife. I think it's going to happen every single time. Like he is going to use because he wants to make a choice. He just doesn't want to be directed. Because I don't think that if his dad was to go on this mission, he would go into detail to like meet meet the count, meet his wife, attend the party, get
Mhm.
to know him, stay at his place. Like his dad would have just gotten in there, probably off the roof when he was gazing at the moon, did a little stab, and then was gone,
Mhm.
and never looked back. But
Yeah,
Lou was doing things a lot differently.
which is cool because he's been like so cold in his past life,
Oh
and
yeah.
now he's like doing it personally.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which Yeah, there's a lot of character development here. I don't know, maybe Platinum Man will learn a thing or two about character development, but that's just me, Nick.
That's just I'm enjoying it. I look forward to this one.
Me too. This is a big
Demon,
one I look forward to.
yeah, but the big one, the big
Oh,
one,
oh, Nick.
Demon Slayer
Demon Slayer episode 1.
entering into the entertainment district.
Oh, yes. This is ever so like I saw Mugen Train in theaters. You didn't, so you got the fresh all the episodes, well, some of the episodes. But seeing this, like both of us fresh for the first time, it was like, yo, this is insane.
Yeah,
Like I know it's a terrible way to start talking about Demon Slayer, but it was like I'm so glad that it was 45 minutes long. Just
yeah.
say that. Like
Uh,
we got because it could have been 2 episodes, which would have been kind of poopy. Like it was awesome that Rengoku got the treatment that he deserved in this episode, or so we think. And then we actually move on to the Sound Hashira. But yeah, I don't know. Let's start with the first half of the episode.
the first half was all kind of like, well, a lot happened in the first half. I was gonna say it's all kind of like mourning Rengoku and like meeting his family, but like the fucking Demon King is like there. I don't know where that was. A little boy,
Yeah.
little black haired boy.
Oh yeah.
Um, he's like the master. And when I
Yeah.
first saw him, I was like, we've seen this dude before, like the little kid. And I don't know where they were though. Like, were they in the entertainment district? Were they?
I think they were in somebody's. I think they are in. It looks like it's a house that's like kind of like not in the center of the entertainment district, but like kind of on the outskirt a little bit.
Okay.
You
And
know?
like, yeah, and like the family that lives there, he's adopted by them. Like they're
Yeah.
well off.
Mhm.
It's a rich family.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a scary guy. I think his name is
He,
Muzan.
Muzan,
Muzan.
yeah, he's horrifically scary. Like Akaza, who's an upper 3 demon, visited him and was like, so I wasn't able to get the blue lily for you, but I killed Hashira. And he was like, he turned, and the way his eyes changed from the kid's eyes to his eyes, and he was like, you killed a human. Who cares?
Yeah.
Like that is
Like
nothing.
big whoop man. Even
And it
though it
was
was
like,
Rengoku.
I know. I was like, damn, like that from Goku was so he put up such a good fight. Like, what the heck? And then like you see something, I don't know, some type of air, like I guess it was just the air or the pressure that he emits was enough to hurt Akaza like a lot.
So I have a theory about this.
Okay.
I think I think all the demons kind of like spawn from him, or like
Yeah.
the upper echelon demons,
Yep.
and he gives them blood.
Yes.
So I think he can control the blood that he can manipulate it. So like he like manipulated his blood to where he was like, constrained by it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, because his veins all popped out and stuff.
Yeah, I didn't even recognize that. That's like really, really manipulative. Like this dude has control, absolute control over every demon that he's created. Like they can't go against him no matter what.
Yep. Yep.
Hmm. Interesting. So I guess my other question is he as strong as we think he is?
I think so.
Yeah. I don't know because it's like he creates really strong demons, right? Like obviously Akaza is no one to like shake a stick at. Like he's really strong. He was able to kill Rengoku. But like does Muzan's power kind of like only hover around upper 1? Like is he like a little step above upper 1? Obviously because he has his blood in him, but like I don't know. Like he's only like he can only bring his own demons down if he constricts their blood or affects them somehow. I don't know.
So like maybe he's actually not all that powerful, but because he has that special blood, he like can create powerful people to do his bidding.
Yeah, something
Yeah,
like that.
I can
Something
see
along
that.
those lines. I don't know. He probably is. I'm just talking shit. He's probably super strong.
Yeah, it has to be. He's a big baddie.
Yeah,
Even
for
though he's a little
sure.
kid.
And then Akaza is just like, I'm definitely going to kill Tanjiro next time I see him. Cause like even Muzan knew that Tanjiro like called him a coward as he was running away.
Mm-hmm.
And then Akaza was just like punching the shit out of his sword.
Yeah, that was kind of wild. And like everyone knew that he called, like it was like a big deal that he called him a coward.
Yeah,
And
it
it
was
was like
huge.
like the blind dude who's like the leader of the Shiras. He was like, "Oh, you really said that?"
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get
He
that part.
yeah, I don't know. Maybe there was something culturally the way that maybe it was said in Japanese that is more impactful than what we think of when someone gets called a coward. That could
Yeah,
also be happening and we don't realize it.
yeah, true, true. So then we get out of this and we go to the Rengoku family,
Hmm.
and that was a little hard.
It was very difficult. Man, his dad is sad.
He's a dick.
He's a dick. He's an alcoholic. He's
Mhm.
depressed. He's sad, man.
Sad boy.
He's a
Yeah,
sad guy.
yeah, he was just like we found out he's the former Flame Hashira.
Yep.
Um, because like he like fights Tanjiro like right away because he sees his earrings,
Mm-hmm.
and we learn about the sun breathing, and like so much happens. Um, and then Tanjiro headbutts him, and then he like tries to headbutt people like throughout the rest of the show. Like that's his move now is
Yeah,
headbutting people.
I know. I think we're gonna see a lot more of headbutting in the next few episodes.
But like, yeah, his dad is like a dick to the little brother. Little brother, like, isn't there's a word for it? Su- Sukugo, I think, which I think is like like the next in line to be the
Oh,
Hashira.
okay.
Because the little brother's not, because he's not good at fighting. So
Yeah.
there's no like the flame Hashira ends now.
Hmm.
Like there's the last of the line. So I'm assuming it was like hereditary, not
Yeah.
hereditary. Yeah, like it was passed down family lineage.
Hmm.
Who voice is starting to hurt. Talking a lot, but yeah, sun breathing. We talked about that last episode, and now it's like it's a thing.
It's a real thing. Yeah. And you weren't, that's not to say that you were lying, but like it came out really quickly.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there's a lot more to it. Like I think obviously I'm guessing Tanjiro's dad is like original somehow.
Yeah, he's like an OG sun breather.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Which is weird.
it's the original breathing technique, and it's the most powerful of all of them.
Yes. So obviously Tanjiro is going to be mastering the sun breathing technique somehow.
Right. And he can kind of do it now when he does that one move that we don't really like. He calls it the dance or something,
Yeah, yeah. But he
but
can't he's not really good at it yet.
yeah, and it like it immobilizes him afterwards because
Yeah,
he doesn't have the stamina for it. Yeah.
true. So I like that rank like it's just like Rengoku like knew that his brother wasn't a fighter and still wanted to pass on like follow your own heart and do what makes you happy
Mm-hmm.
and don't try to live up to being a Hashira, but just be yourself. And even in death or as he was dying, he's thought of his younger brother not as someone who's needed to take over the mantle, but was just compassionate for him and to be compassionate to yourself. Even though he knows he has to live with his father, who is a depressed alcoholic who
Mm-hmm.
is nothing but mean to his son. And
Yeah. And like he ripped up that book that had the info about the sun breathing, and little brother's gonna say he's gonna restore it himself.
yeah,
Yeah, and like Rengoku's passing words for his dad were just take care of yourself, and like that broke his dad down. And I was just like,
yeah,
man, it was rough.
it
It was
was
an
rough.
emotional scene.
It was. It just shows you how great of it, like how great Kyojo. Like you just, oh man,
Man, sucks that he's gone.
it does. I'm kind of sad. Like I was like, oh, maybe there'll be like some sort of no resurrections happening here, bro. He's definitely gone.
It's like I said, man, you can't have someone that cool and that powerful. You just
It's
can't.
such a bummer. Like I don't know. Like I don't want to jump into the next. I guess his name is Uzu.
The flashy guy.
Yeah, I
This,
he seems pretty cool.
yeah, the sound Hashira.
The sound is here. I don't know if he's gonna be as cool as like Gyojiro, but like I don't know. Like he seems pretty tough too and strong. Like they all seem strong. Why did it have to be? Why did it have to be Gyojiro? That's all I'm saying.
The coolest one. Yeah. So 4 months go by after he leaves. Before he leaves, he gets
Hmm.
the hilt, the flame hilt thing. And I was just
Yeah.
like, man, that also was like a heartbreaking moment.
What is what do you think the hilt's gonna like? I wonder if like how I feel like the hilt was really important for him to have, but I want to know if it's gonna come up as like he uses the hilt to
Well,
like I don't know, make a sword maybe. I don't know.
he needs a new sword because we saw that whole thing.
He does
Sword
need a
maker
new
guy.
sword. I know that was hilarious. I love that so
Yeah,
much.
so did I.
Him chasing him down to like because he broke his sword.
Yeah,
Sorry, my thing fell apart.
it's all good. So 4 months pass after he leaves the Rengoku residence, and it's
Yep.
kind of like it's just like a training arc essentially the whole time.
Yeah. And they
It was
got fucking buffed, bro.
it was weird seeing Tanjiro like ripped like that.
Dude, it was weirder seeing Zenitsu ripped.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
Zenitsu like doesn't isn't anything just jacked out of his mind as big as Inosuke. I was
Mhm.
like, that's wild.
Yeah. It was kind of weird, but it's a cool training arc. Like they needed it.
They definitely
Um,
did.
yeah, and then our dude Uzu shows up and like tries to steal two girls. Just didn't understand that part. But they're going to the entertainment district.
Hmm. Yeah, so I think the entertainment district, as it sounds, is like full of brothels.
Mhm.
It's a red light district essentially.
Yeah.
And I think what he was stealing the girls for was to use them as spies, I guess, to spy on the
Oh,
men to like learn stuff about the the demons in the red light district. And he was probably just going to jack a few, like take a few of the girls and be like, okay, you're going to dress up. Because if you saw the end of the episode when they showed the preview for the next episode,
mhm.
Inosuke and Zenitsu were dressed up as girls.
Wait, I didn't see that.
Yeah, yeah.
I
And
need to go
Tanjiro
back
is
and
like
watch
running
that.
around with like towels and stuff, trying to like assist everyone. I think yeah, that they're gonna like Inosuke would make a great girl, you know, like
I mean, he looks like a girl,
he
except he's
looks like
jacked.
yeah, he's just Jack. Just got to put a kimono on him so they don't know. Um,
Every time I see his face, it's just kind of like I get taken aback a little bit because we
oh
saw
my
his
god,
face in this episode.
what are those soft features? Oh my lord.
Yeah, yeah. So they're going to entertainment district now. They're stronger. This dude's like he's the flashy guy, and he was born into a family of shinobi, which I guess are like ninjas.
You guess they're ninjas.
Yeah, take that from other sources.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and his whole thing was like I was born like they're the silent killers.
Yeah.
So like they live in the shadows. He's like, I don't want that. I want to have pizzazz and everything I do.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's gonna be cool.
I think he is. Do you think that his flashiness, like he's sound Hashira, like he's obviously gone against everything that his family has taught him and everything that he's learned as a person. Like I
That
don't know.
makes him cool.
Yeah, it makes him cool. It makes him like he's got like gems on his face and on his headband, and I don't know. I think he's going to be very boisterous.
Yeah. And I mean, Rengoku is very boisterous too, just in a different way.
Just in a different way. Absolutely. Uzu uses dual swords like
Yeah.
Inosuke does.
Yeah, and they're attached by a chain. Did you
Yeah.
notice that?
I did not notice that. Hold up, really?
Yeah, the like at the bottom, like the handles are attached by a chain.
Oh, so they can't like free from each other. They have to stay kind of close.
I might be wrong. He had a lot of chains on, but I'm pretty sure it looked like it.
All right, I'm going to not look at the search results. I just want to see what he looks like. Because if I look it up, oh, there is a chain. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
There is a chain. Okay, so he'll be like keeping them together and swiping. Interesting.
Flashy fighter, man.
He is flashy. He's got gold on himself. He's got a lot going on.
Yeah, I cannot wait.
I think he's gonna be insane.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. And like there's some baddies here, and they've gotten stronger, and it's just gonna be so good.
Yeah, I wonder if the entertainment district arc is gonna be the entirety of the season 2. I don't know. There's not that many volumes. So like first season was 8, and then I think Mugen Train was like 9,
Mm-hmm.
maybe 9 and 10. So yeah, this is gonna be like eight up to six up to either volume 17 or 18. So there's only really probably like 3 seasons. So
Sad, man.
we're
Gotta
gonna get
enjoy
a
it.
I think we're gonna get a lot of story this season.
I hope so. We gotta enjoy it while it's here because this is one of the good ones, Aaron.
Would you want some filler of this show?
Hmm. Not a lot, but I wouldn't mind a couple episodes because
Okay.
like the end credit scenes are like so good and
Mm-hmm.
funny, and like I could see them having some like fun, witty fillers that would be entertaining.
Yeah. No, I agree. But you wouldn't want like a full like multiple arcs that are filler.
No,
Like
filler
if
has been ruined for me.
filler's been ruined for you. Yeah, yeah, I feel that. I
Would
feel
you?
that. Um, I don't know. It's a really good question. It makes me the fact that there's not that much, and I know there's not going to be a lot, makes me like really, really treasure what we have of
Mhm.
Demon Slayer. Um, would it have been cool to see like a Rengoku like 15 episode arc or like 12 episode arc of just him doing something, or
Mhm.
maybe like multiple Hashiros going on a mission, or like Tanjiro like goes on a mission with multiple. Yeah, that would be pretty cool to see.
I Yeah, I would like some filler where it's just like introducing the Hashiras more. That would be
Yeah,
cool.
it would be cool. Like I know next episode it's going to be all about Uzu's backstory,
Mm.
and that's going to be cool. But it would be nice to have like more of their development. But I don't know. The writing is so good that like we didn't need an entire arc of just Rengoku, just like introduce him and make us fall in love with him and as a character. They just did a good job just in 7 episodes to make you
Mhm.
deeply care for him after he was murdered. So I don't know. They do a really good job. So I can't really say that I want more.
Yeah, I would appreciate it because I want more show, but like this story's too good. I don't want it. I don't
I
want
want. I know. When do you think we're going to see our first? Like, do you think we're going to see any other Hashiras in this arc?
Yeah, I bet one more shows up.
You think one more will show up?
Yeah, one or two, like maybe like one of the silent ones to counteract the loud one.
Mm,
But I think one or two more will show up.
yeah, I think that as well. Like, uh, I think that the Demon Core is starting to catch on that like one Hashira is not going to be able to take down an upper level demon,
Yeah,
especially if he couldn't take down an upper three. Then 1 and 2 is not going to like happen.
right, right.
But I also think that maybe they need to pair them better. Like they need to know who the upper demons are and know how they like how skillful they are to pair them with Hashiras that will be able to fight them more appropriately. Maybe
Hmm.
I don't know, but that's actually these demons have been around for so long and they've just been killing Hashiras for a while now. Like a
Yeah,
Hashira getting killed in the Demon Core is actually not really a new thing.
right. Yeah, I'm pretty sure like they talked about that before, like how like deadly and dangerous this job is as a Hashira.
Yeah, like there's a good chance that you're gonna die.
Hmm. It's craziness.
It is crazy. It is crazy. I also think that the leader of the Demon Core, I forget his name.
I
I
don't,
think
the
I think
blind
him
dude.
and yeah, I think him and Muzan are brothers.
Ooh,
Yeah,
ooh,
I
ooh.
have a seeping suspicion that he's actually brothers with him, and he's a human but was a demon, and I think Muzan wants to become a human
Hmm.
because and be like his brother that became a human. And this is why I think that Muzin, every single time we've seen him, is always playing the role as a human. He's never playing the role as a demon. He's with a
Yeah,
family, as a dad, with a kid, and now he's a kid with a family. It's like he's playing the role of being a human in multiple different scenarios.
I think you're right. What was I gonna say? Oh, and also like him, Muzin and Nezuko are the only ones who look like humans and have like the demon eyes.
Yep, you're
Yeah,
exactly right. And it's because like Nezuko's like half human, half demon.
yeah,
She's fighting it,
Right.
And that's the same thing with Muzan, I think. Like they
Yeah.
have the same, you're right, they have the same eyes, they have the same look as humans. We have not seen a single demon that looks like a human demon or human that is a demon. Yeah.
Right. Dude, so that could also mean that like Nezuko is one of the most powerful demons.
It all definitely could mean that. I think that she's going to be super powerful too eventually.
Mm-hmm.
Like she's fighting demons with her brother right now. Like during that entire training arc, she was training too,
Yeah.
like fighting demons and whatnot. So like I think it's going to be like this weird thing where it's like he learns sun breathing, and like through her uh constant pushing back the feelings of wanting to be a demon, she'll become very strong.
I think so too.
And they're gonna like double up, and that's how they're gonna fight some of these like upper demons.
Dude, I really like your theory about them. Like he wants to become human, and dude, I think you're on something. Write that down.
Yeah, write that down. Write that down. Don't be surprised in the wee future. I was correct.
I wouldn't be. I think you're right.
Thank you. Appreciate that. And that's
Dang,
it.
well, yeah, I think we did like an hour 15. It's good. That's a good amount.
We did. We did. Holy crap. All right, everyone. Thanks so much for coming to the 54th episode. We are the Aki Culture Club. We are your two wannabe weaves, where we detail the season's newest shows and analysis of old favorites. You can find us at akiculture.club or at Aki Culture Club on social media.
That was beautiful, Damien. And there's only one way to end it.
Peace out, y'all.
See ya.